Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession on the world's #1 chiropractic podcast. Before we dive into this powerful episode, please remember to subscribe to our channels and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes to continue hustling. This episode is brought to you by Excite Medical and the DRX 9000, Chiro HD, Softwave, Cool Blue VA, Bridge Financial, 100% Chiropractic, Chiro Health USA, ChiroScript AI, Chiro Moguls, the Chiro Speaking Company, New Patients in a Box, Pure Chiro Notes, Titronics, Sherman College of Chiropractic, Life Chiropractic College West, Pro Hockey Chiros, Pro Baseball Chiros, and the IFCO. You can benefit from a full list of sponsors by visiting our sponsor page at chirohustle.com/sponsors. Links in the description. Now, let's hustle.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 642 of the Chiro Hustle podcast. I'm your producer, Luke Millette, and here's your host, James Chester.
So today we had the opportunity of interviewing Dr. Matt Dog. If you want to hear this story about how we can save a chiropractor's life, please listen and stay tuned for the message inside. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of the Chiro Hustle podcast. We got 642 today. Matt Dog coming in from what part of the world are you in today?
I'm in The Hague, Netherlands.
Den Haag.
Den Haag.
That's the north part, right?
No, we are about 40 minutes south of Amsterdam.
Oh, cool.
I think it's the best city personally in the Netherlands. We got beach, we got everything. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Well, before we get into your story, which I just want to preface everybody, this is a call to action for everybody to help support. I'm going to put some links into the chat so people can access what Matt Dog and I are talking about today on episode 642, the Chiro Hustle podcast. But I'll just before I do like our intro, just kind of preface people, let people know why we're doing today's interview.
Well, we're doing today's interview specifically today because I promised you for many years that we were going to do one eventually. But basically, recently I got some terrible news that I was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer called TPLL. And I have zero chance of survival unless I get a stem cell transplant. And so stem cell transplants have gone, they're becoming more and more common. And so I'm here to just to talk about it, bring awareness to the cause, and of course, talk about chiropractic.
So I am going to copy and paste the link into the comments here. So anybody that wants to, hopefully I did that right. Enter. There should be a comment popping up here. Yep, from Chiro Hustle. It is the link to click on to go and donate and do a cheek swab. Let's tell people a little bit about how this process works for them if they want to help support.
Okay. Well, the actual process is very, very simple. Let me first just start, James, that these blood cancers are becoming very, very, very more and more prevalent. You start to see them come up. Since I went public, I never wanted to go public. I'm having all kinds of people, friends, people coming out of the woodwork telling me, that their husbands had it, their kid had it. All kinds of people are telling me, but they never went public with it. So it's becoming very, very more and more prevalent. Some statistics, it says every 27 seconds, someone in the world is diagnosed with a blood cancer. And in the States, every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer, and every 9 minutes, someone is dying from blood cancer. So it is becoming more and more prevalent. The reasons why it's becoming more and more prevalent, that's a whole nother discussion. But so if you don't know someone who's had blood cancer before, there's a good chance, almost certain, that you will in the future.
Well, Well, I think the stats are really something for people to listen to and to really focus on. And I did put the links here, dkms.org, and there's some forward slashes get involved virtual drives. And then we have one for what's the last word? AMIR, a miracle for life, or for Matthew, a miracle for Matthew. Yeah, so if you guys go to that link there, you can join. And I told everybody, I told somebody this morning I did this for you, and I was like, it took me like 30 minutes of my time to register. It took me $45 to have them send me the swab sample, and there could be an opportunity for us to save lives. And I think that's a really amazing endeavor for if people care about other people. This is a very humanitarian thing to do.
Thank you so much. I mean, I never thought I'd be an ambassador for this. This was just cast on me, sadly. But again, at the same time, it's been devastating to me. But at the same time, it has been absolutely one of the most beautiful things ever that I've ever witnessed, because so many people from all around the world have reached out. I have people saying, I've donated an organ, but I'm happy to donate stem cells for you. It's so overwhelming how and touching how this whole experience has been. So I feel devastated, but at the same time, truly blessed. And I can't bridge the gap. I don't have the vocabulary to say the emotion that it is. It's totally bizarre. I feel like I'm in a movie. I like everything I feel like is happening to me, and I'm along for the ride. But it's a very surreal experience.
Well, tell everybody, this is your first podcast, right?
This is my first podcast. I did one video not last weekend, but the weekend before. I've never wanted to be in front of a camera. This is not my thing. It's not my comfort zone. But yes, indeed, this is my first podcast.
And like, I'll just tell people, I rearranged the world to make sure that today's episode got accomplished. And I think that everybody should really like pay attention to today's message. Even if you're just a casual like watcher, or you're not a huge fan, if you're watching at all, please share this episode like with your network. Please share this episode with colleagues, friends, anyone. I think that's just important for people to share this message. And that's why we do the show. Sometimes we do it just to like really focus the brand of chiropractic. But I think there are different aspects of why we do this type of work. And one of those is becoming a media source. And if we can ever do anything with 7 years of work that we've done is to help people, I mean, that's the real impetus of why we do what we do. And when I got a message from Dr. Adam Del Tordo, and he's like, hey, get Matt Dog on your show. Like, I was like, well, how serious is this? And I found out like from him, like we need to do it like ASAP. So as soon as I got back home from my trip, I was like, hey, we're doing this. So I'm really, thankful to have you on. And I know that there's a lot of hope that we both have for you to like find yourself a match. But also I want people to know that this process takes time. And like we have to like all take action like ASAP, like I did to like make the show happen. So I guess you didn't want to ever go public with this. I know that, but why are we at where we are today with this? I think that there was a couple people that were donors and they were disqualified or something.
Yeah. So what happened was I was hanging out with Dr. Travis in Zarak, some chiropractors here in the Netherlands, and I started getting hiccups. I thought it was innocent, but it didn't go away for a few days. So I went to the house arts to see if there's some sort of the house arts they call it. That's a GP here in the Netherlands. just to see what possibly, if, as a chiropractor, I would have missed it. I thought it was, like I said, something innocent, but they didn't feel comfortable with it. So they went to the ER and then they ran some tests and I found out I had this cancer called TPLL. Now, this was last June. Okay, so during that, of course, everything was, yeah, everything went to hell. I ended up, not everything went to hell. I ended up marrying my wife because we had to put all the assets together, all kinds of different layers, making wills, all kinds of stuff like that. Very, very traumatic. Spending your whole time planning your own death. It was very surreal to say the least. But when we found out, it's like, okay, what can we do? So from that time on, I didn't stop drinking. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped doing everything. I went straight to organic diet. I did Rick Simpson oil for 3 months. I did MMS. I did blue scorpion venom. I did vitamin E. I was taking Panicure, which is dog dewormer, because in some leukemias it's proven to help. I did all the alternatives, and then why I was waiting, because they said, yeah, I need to watch and wait to see what happens if I start to get symptoms or if my blood values go up. Now, during that time as well, we were asking, like, what should we get? We were told that the only chance of survival is with a stem cell donor, that no one ever lives or anything like that. So we were asking the doctors here, shouldn't we be asking our friends, our family, what should we do? And they just told us to chill, and we'll wait and see what happens if these blood values go up or until I have symptoms. So during that time, my wife and I, we bought a van and we just started traveling Europe. I had to stop working and everything, and I was just waiting. In the meantime, my spleen got so huge, I could not, to the point where I couldn't even move. I couldn't lie down. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I lost a bunch of weight. Couldn't even walk 50 meters. And so I ended up going to the hospital because I had no other choice. And at that time, I still didn't have a donor, but I had to do so. I couldn't do anything. I would probably be dead like within weeks during that time because I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't lie. I couldn't do anything. So I turned myself in, but certainly shortly after that, they said, yeah, we got the donor. Not only did we have a donor, we found 3 donors for you. So at that time they were saying, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't ask your friends. Don't ask your family, whatever. It's all handled. You're good to go, man. No one gets 3 donors. Like, dude, you got 3. So I started on that path in January. Later I just found out like 2 weeks ago, that I've been in total remission from the cancer since February. But that time they kept dosing me with this immune suppressant drug. I've been on antibiotics. I haven't taken any pharmaceutical drugs for many years. Antibiotics, antiviral, antifungal, and also this immune suppressant drug that's almost been killing me. I was doing that 3 times a week for a while. And they said, yeah, we're just waiting for the donor. Then one got disqualified for medical reasons. And then another one, they said, yeah, they're running tests on this next one. And then that person became ineligible for a year. So we're thinking probably that one got pregnant or something like that, because they were not totally disqualified, but they were disqualified for only a year. And they said, there's another one. Don't worry about it. Just, relax. Meanwhile, I'm still taking all these drugs, right? I'm not seeing any family, any friends, not touching anyone, anything, very isolated. And the last one, they just ended up just telling us 2 weeks ago, we can't find that person. So now I'm just sitting here in like a terrible situation because they completely took out my T cells. So I have no T cells at all in my body. So that part of my immune system is gone, and I have no donor. And now they wanted to rush me in for they wanted to start next week with a stem cell from baby blood, but no one's ever survived this disease with this baby blood. So they wanted just to try to see, because that's all we got. But the reason why this is all we got is because they never gave us an opportunity to run donation sites in our practice, to ask our family to do anything like that. And then they're threatening us, that saying, hey, well, this drug is not gonna, it only works for a short amount of time and it's dangerous for you, so you should go in. But I refuse to go in because they didn't. I want to go in to have the best chance of survival. I don't want to die in a hospital with, where I don't want to die in a hospital alone, because they're going to put me in a bubble for at least a month to 6 weeks. That's on the best case scenario. But now we're like all the way at the worst case scenario. And so, I'm at a position now where I have no donor yet. And I don't have an immune system, and I only have, we don't know how long this medication will hold back the cancer cells. But they are certain the cancer will come back, and they're certain the alemtuzumab, or the immune suppressant drug, will stop working probably relatively soon. So I'm at a race against the clock to find a donor. So I'm scheduled right now for August, in the middle of August, for a transplant, because they got to arrange a room for this, whether I find a donor or not. And either I hopefully find a donor by then, or I'm going to have to do this baby blood, and hopefully this works. And another reason what puts it against the clock is, if you do decide to become a donor, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get your information up on the donor bank, the Worldwide Donor Bank site. So if someone makes a request there and says they want to become a donor, from that point on, it takes at least 4 to 6 weeks before it's up on the donor site. And I'm going to have to be in there by the middle of August, whether I find a donor or not. They do have, like I said, baby blood. That's how I'm in this position, where I'm at right now.
You made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession on the world's #1 chiropractic podcast. This episode is brought to you by Excite Medical and the DRX 9000, Chiro HD, Softwave, Cool Blue VA, Bridge Financial, 100% Chiropractic, Chiro Health USA, ChiroScript AI, Chiro Moguls, the Chiro Speaking Company, New Patients in a Box, Pure Chiro Notes, Titronics, Sherman College of Chiropractic, Life Chiropractic College West, Pro Hockey Chiros, Pro Baseball Chiros, and the IFCO. You can benefit from a full list of sponsors by visiting our sponsor page at chirohustle.com/sponsors. Links in the description. Now, let's hustle. I think it takes a lot of honesty to share messages like this, and it takes a lot of discomfort to get to the point where we talk about topics like this. And a lot of times we tell people that chiropractors save lives, and that the body needs nothing extra in it. It simply needs no interference. And I think that we need to find somebody that will start the process with you, and we need to cut the dogma and the ideology away and just say, look, we have a path that we need to go, and we need all the people to share this. I mean, when I'm done here, I'm going to share this interview more than I've shared anybody's interview probably in my entire life. And we've done something like 1,300 interviews in 7 years. But I'm going to share this interview and tell everybody to listen to it and click these links and become a donor, like, quick. Because I did, just to let everybody know, I did the whole process yesterday. I think I said this earlier in the interview. And I'm so far off the rails of what I typically do on this show, but I think that your message and this call to action and asking for help is more essential than people knowing that I support innate intelligence and universal intelligence and subluxation and freedom of speech. But I think when we talk about your topic specifically, medical freedom and family health freedom, these are huge topics. And that's a big course of action of why we do this show, is because people are scared. They don't know what to do for their health. They don't know where to go or who to trust. Even the top level practitioner of a chiropractor, once it becomes like really critical, we still don't know where to go or who to trust. And a lot of it has to go to how hard will we work to find solutions. And I think that that's, really my call to action today is like, everybody try to be a solution for somebody out there that is dealing with something like this. And I'm no expert in blood chemistry. I'm no expert in blood cancer, but I do know if there is a way for somebody to help somebody else, they should consider doing it. I do have the Swab the World website on the screen right now. You guys can go to swabtheworld.com. I think that's for an international like depository to help people with the blood cancer, right?
That's correct. That's the Swab the World is the best one to go to international. It's not doesn't go to me specific, but it goes to a bank. And again, like if this doesn't help me, it could help someone else. And also, if you do join or get your information put up on the bank, I mean, no one should have to be in this position to be going online begging for their life. It's totally bizarre, and it's not a good fit. It's a terrible situation to be in. But again, like there's going to be other people. There will be people in your life, and if it's that do come down with this, sadly, and it'll already be there, so they could skip this whole process, skip this bullshit, and just go. They could just focus more on their health. But Swab the World is international. The DKMS one is good for, you can register with me specifically in the States, and that works as a counter. So you can see how many people have joined specifically for me. It's not the most accurate because we've been doing other things around before. And also we're working with a few different companies. But the DKMS is good for the States, Germany, Swab the World, all the other countries pretty much. And if there's like Lithuania, and there's a few that it doesn't support. If you can't find it in your country, just leave a comment on this video and I'll figure out where it can be done if you are serious, and I'll do it immediately to find a donor site.
Well, I once again, I know that you've been highly involved in chiropractic. You've been supporting the European chiropractic profession specifically. I think, how long have you been living over there?
I've been in the Netherlands for around 13, 14 years. Prior to that, I was in Germany. And before that, Los Angeles, Orange County, California.
Yeah. And, like, that's the thing about this profession is it is give, love, serve. And I think that if people really believe in that standardization of philosophy, then I believe that people should give, love, and serve for the greater good, not just through the adjustment, but helping connect the life-giving and life-saving opportunity to click onto that link there, dkms.org, and the whole title's there, A Miracle for Matthew. And what it was, 20 years in practice?
Yeah, I graduated in 2008. So
yeah, just under 20 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just listening to your story, and like you said, the other people are going to have stories like this, and the profession obviously has its issues when it comes to like ideology and like, why do we do what we do? And I try to clear a lot of that stuff up by doing the show as much as we do it. And I think that if you can just talk a little bit about once you get this donor and we find this miracle move, and that helps you regain your vitality back. What's next for you, man? I know that it's a big thing to say, I'm gonna get through this, but I want to leave everybody with hope.
Well, I would love to get back to adjusting, because when this happened, for quite a long time, I lost my purpose. Like, I wasn't working. You feel like you have no value anymore. Like, what can you give this world? Like, that really, you wake up and then, I'm start losing days. I don't know what day it is. I don't know. Just last week, it was Friday. I thought it was Tuesday. Thought that really bothers me. So I would like to have routine. I also have another purpose, and I will never forget this ride. This is a part of me. So I will definitely make it my life's mission as well to travel to different chiropractic schools around the world, universities, share my story, and try to do my best to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else ever again, ever, because this is brutal, man. This is absolutely brutal.
Well, I congratulate you for your willingness to talk about a topic that's really challenging. And I know that a lot of times, I know a lot of times when we get like into something, it's really hard to discuss it. So it takes a lot of courage. And I think that the people that will listen to this, they're going to see a man that's on a mission to restore his health to 100% and to continuously being that chiropractor. And I think you're going to have a lot more opportunities to be on TV and media. And they'll probably use some of these clips from this in the future to show on your talks about how you beat this and how we found you a donor. And it might be me.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope everyone who's registered a dope, I hope I get it from someone I know and love, but I just hope I can have the opportunity to live and share this blessing of life. I mean, life has been besides this, man, life has been very, very good for me. It's struggles, of course. Nothing is easy, but yeah, I'm not ready to give up, man. That's why I'm here. I'm happy to have a fantastic wife. She does not stop. 24 hours. She is doing this. So I have no choice but to wake up every morning and just do this and find a way. Just make it happen. That's it.
Well, I thank you for having the courage to talk to us about how to support you and the season of life that you're in today. And I look forward to having solutions and people reaching out and clicking the links and joining the donation for what they can do with their time and a few dollars, and how it can help actually change somebody's life. And it doesn't really take too much out of a person to do it. And the donation process seems pretty simple.
It is. It's as simple as just swabbing a cheek, and that's all, to see if you're a match with me or with someone else. Now, I know you said you paid $45. I must say that every country is different. Some countries, it's free if you want to do it until you're 30. Some is 35. Some is 55. Every country is different, so it's kind of difficult to put out a message where it's free, if because every country is a little bit different. But I do know in the States, you said if you're over 45 or is over 35, there's a small fee. Now the fee, no one's making money off of it. It's just covering the cost of the kit. The rest is donations, and of course, I'll be donating to. I haven't done it yet, but I'll be donating to some of these stem cell centers who have been very instrumental in saving other people's lives and hopefully mine. Yeah.
Well, as soon as you get yourself back to health and you're ready to go out there and hit the road and inspire the future of chiropractic, I'll be by your side.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You've always been, man. Thank you, James.
Yeah. And, I once again, I jumped off of alignment for what I typically do with our show, but I ask people to close out with the miracle story a lot of times, and you will be the miracle story. And when people interview me in the future and they say, "Hey, tell us a miracle story," I'll say, "Well, there's this guy named Matt Dog, and we helped save his life." And I just hope that this message inspires other people to support, and it touches me to be able to do the work that I do. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to use our platform for good.
I'm so grateful that you allow me to be on here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
Well, Dr. Matt Dog, we'll send this around to everybody we can. And I close out by telling people you're just one story away. Keep hustling. But I just want to give people the chance to connect with you. If people want to reach out to you personally, how do they do that?
They want to reach out to me personally. I'm on Facebook under Matt Dog, DOWG. That's not my real name, but most people in the chiropractic community and stuff like that use it. It's an alias of mine. But just Matt Dog, and I'm sure once you see that, you'll see that I'm friends with most of your friends as well. So anyone can reach out to me personally if they want to help. I'm happy to be a service. Now, this is now my new mission every day when I wake up. So I know in different parts of the world, different countries, if you were part of a school or part of different institutions, some countries will actually send you a bunch of kits where you can get everyone tested who wants to be tested, obviously. So there's different types of things that can be done in different settings. There's also, we have flyers for most countries that you can put up, or they can be passed around or put on windows or given in schools. It's funny. I mean, we're in school, we're in the military bases all over Germany right now. We're going to be on the radio right now in Germany as well. We're going to be, we're in newspapers, we're in all kinds of stuff. A lot of people have been passing out flyers. We're all over the school districts in Los Angeles and different places where I'm from. It's kind of funny. But there's many ways to help, not just by donating, but also by spreading the word. If you're too old to donate or have other types of health problems, yeah, there's other ways that you can help. And if you're unsure, just please reach out and I'll happily answer any and all questions.
So everybody out there just watching or will watch us on replay, reach out to Matt Dog on Facebook. Go to these sites that are on the comments, the first and second comment. DKMS.org is the short version of it, and swabtheworld.com. Matt, enjoy the healing journey.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I look forward to a full recovery with you, and a big hug the next time I see you.
Thank you so much for your time and the love and the support. You're the man. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Well, let's see Matt to a full recovery, and I'm going to close out and tell everybody just keep hustling. I'll see you guys in the next interview. Bye for now.
Thank you, James.
Thanks for listening to Chiro Hustle. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.